Episode 268. Starting right off to a new season, season 19 on iTunes. This image is Toshiro Hitsugaya, anybody else but him. Why? Because they're going to mention his battle soon, right after Ichigo. I believe, taking this random guess. Well, makes sense. Okay, so alright, first we start off with a basic introduction to a little preview for the episode. Not the preview from the past, but the preview from the first, so that you expect to see some lot of imagery. And in the imagery you see Yami. Yeah, Yami's back in action. Yes. But he's of course a big jerk in this episode at least. And we cut close to an opening, and we also hear Ichigo scream, Orihime! Which means it's pride. So Orihime is in danger. For those of you who hate Orihime, do not watch this. For those of you who love Orihime, like me, watch it. So we cut down to a little basic flashback from the previous episode where Ichigo and Ukiura fight, and then Ichigo says these lines like, "I'm becoming more human," and then Ukiura is like all mad and pissed off stuff, and he uses like more spiritual power, and then you definitely see like almost cutting Ichigo in half until Orihime saves the day by doing a Shunchurika. But then we cut down to two other characters that come out of nowhere on a pair of steps. This character both Lori and Chloe. Do you know who they were? One of our monster characters! They got the course back because they do not have enough of Orihime. Of course, Lori is the one, the stupid moron that always wants to get Orihime, because she's all jealous and all stuff like that. Except for Lori, the other one, the blonde one, she doesn't know when to do it, and she thinks she's being forced. But then, so they wanted to like get rid of her. Join. I don't know what the hell. I don't even know why even ask for round 2. I mean, they know what happens. Then to Gunja Jack, and still they didn't have enough. I mean, seriously. Lori, think straight. You're sometimes not thinking straight, you son of a. But she does think straight at the end, which was great. And we cut right down back to Ichigo and Ukiura, and then they're introduced by Orihime, and Ukiura talks to her, says like, "What the hell do you think you're doing, woman? Don't tell you what you should have protected him in the first attack," and blah blah blah. Try to manipulate her, but then Ichigo says, "Shut up, leave her alone, keep yourself out of this." And Orihime go to the sidelines, where we can talk, where you can see me with some awesome sword movements. Yeah, hold on. Alright, yeah. And yeah, apparently gets a potential for a little bit of boost. And Orihime was looking at the sidelines until some referees thought it was fun to join him. Loli, of course, in Muriba, who knows what she's called, to interfere and try to rape her. Why? Because they just are that way. I don't know why. But the first look that you get are 4 free hands looking around, and then Orihime turns around, and there you see Loli with a creepy ass face which would give me nightmares for at least a week. But then we also cut to Renji and Chad defeating more hollows on the way, and Chad realizes that something's wrong with Ichigo's battle, or something's wrong with Orihime, one of the both. And then they have sort of lots all of to defeat But then, luckily, somebody kicks in to save the day. Guess who? Who is back? Yes! Get back to Quincy powers, did you? Again, we're gonna have some Quincy. We're gonna have one Quincy until for at least a foul. Well, yeah, the Quincy's back. Yay! The Quincy's back! At least he's not there for a cameo or anything. No, he's jumping right into the action. How do I know this? We're gonna find out soon. And then I just look out of the window, and then Ichigo realizes, oh wait a minute, no. And then Ichigo tries to get Loli and the two chicks, technically, and Ukiura interferes and says, where do you think you're going? You're fighting with me, man. And Ichigo says, no, get out of the way! And etc. And they still try to rape her by taking off her long sleeve t-shirts and making it to a t-shirt. So which was technically it. And Loli's technically like out of the league and Melanie in the dark hair one, Loli still wants more. Shit, and she wants to try to kill her. How? By doing this to her and saying, oh, nice. Smack her around. But before that, she talks to her like in this creepy fashionable style, plus all the atmosphere of the animation in one effect. In one scene was pretty creepy that I could not sleep yesterday night at all. And then Ichigo still tries to interfere, Ukiura still blocks him, obviously, until somebody kicks in before Hime almost gets stamped by Loli. That moron. Yami comes in to save the day, except that he's not saving the day, he's just making it way worse. How? Because he asked Ukiura if he could help him defeat the Soul Reaper. Of course, Ukiura says no, get Dragon Loose and rest, and etc. Blah blah blah. And Yami gets all greedy and says like, oh come on, man, come on, you know that I deserve better than this. And then he looks to the three women and says like, oh, I'll take care of these two, or three. Alright, first the two are cars because they're such smart mouths and cocky to me. So technically the first one that Yami eliminates is Loli. Oh yeah, and one other thing. We cut back to the scene where Rukia defeats some of the Ihakia King, and he technically like this one half of the branch, and then he makes the other branch apart, so he's technically like a whole big hollow tree. Yay! A hollow tree! Thank God for a hollow tree, a new vocabulary word that I figured to come up with. Do you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you next time. Next time will probably be like a few weeks from now, or something like that. Yeah, so yeah, first thing Yami does when he sees the ladies is get rid of the Melody first because she was so stupid and she's just I had nothing to do with it, I'm so defenseless. Again, she gets knocked out when Lily interferes and says blah blah blah, get away from here, blah blah blah. Oh god, she has to, oh god, Lily was sort of annoying in this episode, for me at least, because she technically does not make any sense at all. She's trying to defeat Orihime for no apparent reason, only because she's jealous or something like that. Okay, then Lily releases her power, which looks like a giant centipede or something like that, like centipede with multiple arms which has poison. But does not affect Yami, and then Yami technically throws her out throughout the tower, and drops her down. But she's still alive. How do I know this? Because I saw the Japanese first, and I do know what happens afterwards. Alright, so yeah, Yami, there's only one more chick left, Orihime. And of course, Yami goes right at her. She's just like, come here, girl, you're mine. Yeah, you're gonna be crushed by my giant fist. Yes, but then someone comes. The flying Quincy. Ooh. He shoots a big arrow, knocks Yami down, and that's technically it for the first half of the episode. Well, it's actually the end of the episode when he shoots him down with the arrow. Oh, and Rubio says, I'm a Quincy, or something like that, or something, hey, I'm back. And it cuts right down to be continued, which will mean we're gonna have some interesting fights coming up. First up, next week's fight. Ukiura in Ichigo. Second, Uryu versus approximately Yami. Third, Orihime probably on the sidelines again. And then Chad, Renju will probably have a little cameo of them fighting, and Rukia too. So, that was Bleach episode 268. I hope you had a nice time with it, and see you next week. Bye.